Did you watch any of Obama's speech last night at the Democratic Convention? No, I didn't either. Busy doing other things, but I have the entire speech here, courtesy of CNN, the transcript, I should say. And I had a thought of reading the entire thing on the podcast today. I thought, no, those who respect the leadership of Barack Obama, especially in contrast to the orange ape that has been defecating all over everything regarding the Constitution of the United States, the running of the United States, the regulatory agencies of the United States, on and on. Oh, and by the way, I'll get back to Obama in a second. Remember what Steve Bannon's objective was? To dismantle the regulatory state. It had a very Lenin-esque sound to it, didn't it? He wanted to dismantle, disband, upset, destroy the regulatory state, Steve Bannon did, so that he could work his schemes. But his fraud, I should say. They weren't schemes. They were out-and-out criminal acts. But, Steve, you jumped the gun, buddy. The regulatory aspects of the U.S. government, which includes the Justice Department and the attendant attorneys, federal attorneys around the country, are still operating. You forgot. So now your ass is going to prison, you ugly bastard. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, Barack Obama last night. The speech he gave was a long time coming. I'm glad Obama finally said what needed to be said by a former president. Now, I understand the traditions of the Oval Office and the traditions of the presidency that once a president leaves the office, you don't criticize. Can you imagine Trump? Trump will be criticizing Joe Biden from Trump's prison cell. We know that. But that's always been the tradition. You just STFU, you had your chance. You did what you could do for the Republic. And now you have to step aside because there's a new sheriff in town. That works unless the new sheriff in town is at the top of the most wanted list. His face is all over the posters that hang up, that hang in the post office. You know, wanted, dead or alive. Oh, I'm kind of just ricocheting around inside my head here because of this announcement this morning about Steve Bannon. I mean, it's almost like a birthday party or New Year's Eve. I'm serious. I'm very serious. What's the German word for that? When you glory in somebody else's misfortune? I'll think of it in a second. Anyway, Obama really went after the orange ape in Obama's comments at the DNC last night, saying that Trump had shown no interest in using the office of the presidency to help anyone but, quote, himself and his friends, end quote. Don't forget his effed up family, Mr. Obama. Don't forget Ivanka and Donald Jr., and then the one who is, I don't know if that's Trump's son or not. The other one, Eric, I have my doubts about that. But himself and his friends and his family. Now, if Trump had subjected his predecessors to 1,000 paper cuts on Twitter, which he has done, how many times has Trump gone after Obama? Over and over and over again. Well, the former president responded last night with one grand rhetorical saber stroke. He cut his goddamn head off, which is possibly the most comprehensive denunciation of one president by another in the history of the United States. And it should be, because there has not been such a scum-sucking rat bastard as Donald Trump ever in the office of the presidency. Oh, we've had some real racist pigs, some real incompetence, but nothing like this monster. Anyway, as reported by the Times, I think it was the Times, Obama's address last night painted a dire picture of the country under Trump, but it's a real picture. It's what we're all living through. It's what we are all suffering through, I should say. And he portrayed Trump as a man unfit, uncaring, unserious, who threatens both this country's welfare and our core democratic institutions. Yes, indeed. What have we been talking about for 3.5 years on this little 20-cent podcast? And have a lot of other people. Absolutely. Obama said in one of the most emotional speeches he's ever delivered, and I agree with that assessment. He said, quote, "This administration has shown it will tear our democracy down if that's what it takes to win." End quote. So Obama, who apparently has just left his initial reluctance to engage with the ape, Obama created a very precise and concise indictment of the ape, who has ridiculed him personally, leveled racist attacks against Obama, sought to erase any trace of Mr. Obama's policy legacy since taking power. Make America white again, you son of a bitch. Obama, who was speaking from the Museum of the American Revolution in Philadelphia, said this, quote, "I did hope, for the sake of our country, that Donald Trump might show some interest in taking the job seriously, that he might come to feel the weight of the office and discover some reverence for the democracy that had been placed in his hands, placed in his care. But he never did," Obama went on. "He showed no interest in putting in the work, no interest in finding common ground, no interest in using the awesome power of his office to help anyone but himself and his friends, no interest in treating the presidency as anything but one more reality show that he can use to get the attention he craves. Donald Trump hasn't grown into the job because he can't." End quote. That last part was what I thought was the most effective indictment of this useless son of a bitch, Donald Trump, in Obama's entire speech. Now, even as Obama was giving this speech, the orange ape was pooping all over himself and responding with all cap tweets, first repeating the claim that Obama had spied on his 2016 campaign. "He spied on me. He spied on me." And then in another tweet, the ape wanted to know why Mr. Obama had not endorsed Biden until the Democratic primary was effectively over. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. 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 Not a good day, evening and then day for the orange ape, huh? Talk about a 1-2 punch. Obama gets him right in the most tender, bulbous, blubbery part of Trump's solar plexus. Boom, right there. And then the acting federal attorney in the Southern District of New York gets him with a right cross to his sissy-looking jaw. Kaboom! So Obama gets the solar plexus, and the SDNY attorney gets the jaw. Bang, boom. Love it. Love it. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.